All right, we're back. Crypto Rolly, the crypto watch that never stops. We got some action in the charts today. Bitcoin bounced back. I wanted to touch up on a few things that we talked about yesterday. So, welcome back to the channel. Thank you, everyone who has subscribed. Please comment. I would love to hear your comments, whether they're positive or negative. Either way, we got to get some interactions going with the channel so this can grow. So, thank you guys for sharing and liking, and many more videos to come. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. These are my own ideas and opinions on the market, so trade at your own risk. All right, that being said, I wanted to talk about what we talked about yesterday's video and talk about today and over the weekend. All right, because it is Friday. CME is about to close pretty soon here, and that's been kind of running the conversation of crypto lately. CME. All right, so we're looking at the daily right now. Just looking at this daily candles, pretty bullish. If we close right here, and we got what, like 2.5 hours till the daily close. Right now you got a bullish engulfing candle. It's looking pretty solid. We had this trend line here, this horizontal. It was a horizontal support turned resistance. We got back above it. In yesterday's video, I was saying, all right, look, we're back underneath it. That could be a bit of a death sentence, but as we know with Bitcoin, anything can happen at any time. So there's never any death sentence or guaranteed bull run. Nothing is guaranteed. All right. So yesterday, yes, we were trading back underneath. We were trading underneath this horizontal support resistance. We were also trading back underneath this yellow trend line I have coming down here, and it wasn't looking so good. But I was saying, we had a target down here because of the CME. So maybe that's all that was. Maybe we just had to go fill that CME. I'll get to that in a second because the CME, it filled mostly. So anyways, right now though, as we stand with this daily candle closing here, would look good. It would look like a breakout and then a retest, and we got a nice bounce. So temporarily bullish on that. So let me go back to the weekly. Actually, hold on. Sorry guys, let's look at the CME thing. Let's just go ahead and take care of that because that was a big topic of conversation yesterday. We can maybe zoom into a 4-hour, look at it a little bit closer. You can see we had this gap here, and I was saying, this gap was kind of working like a magnet, pulling the price down. I had a lot of things lining up in this area, support, potential support, and my target was in the 76.50 region. We came down, we filled most of it, but we still have about $25. I can't base all of my trading off of the CME. I kind of use that as an indicator, and it looks pretty much filled. Maybe we come back and fill it another day. It doesn't have to happen. We have this gap up top around what's this coming, 11,600. We still have a gap here that hasn't been filled, so the bulls are going to be saying, oh, we're going to fill that, but there's going to be somebody out there saying, we have a $25 gap down here, it's got to be filled. I don't know. Nothing has to happen. And I think we came down, and I think we fulfilled that. I'm going to leave that there just in case, so we can have that on my radar. So anyways, that's that with the CME. And we do close later today in an hour or two, and we'll be closed for 2 days, and it'll open back up on Sunday. So if price continues to move up, unfortunately, when it opens back up on Sunday, you're going to have a gap below. If this weekend we dump, you're going to have a gap above. That's just how it goes. All right, so enough of the gap talk. Let's go to the weekly, and we're just going to break it down by time frame. All right. So on the EMA, zoom in a little bit. Currently above our 50 EMA. The 50 EMA is coming in at 78.91. We're at 81.06. And we're meeting some resistance at our yellow 21 EMA at 81.61. Still have 2 more days till the weekly close, so it will be interesting to see what happens there. It would be lovely for the bulls to close above that on this week. That would be very bullish. So we'll have to see what happens there. We are hitting the resistance on the middle Bollinger Band, coming in at 84.25, so that will be kind of an area to beat in the future. So, maybe we're held down by this this week, and, if we're bullish, possibly break out of that next week. That would be cool. Let's see, what else do we have here? SARs, I still have those up. So yesterday I was also talking about we had our full bullish break of the SARs. You can see when these happen, they tend to last a long time. It's a nice trending indicator, kind of like the Heikin Ashi. But as I also said yesterday, it doesn't mean everything. We had a bullish break here. It's kind of a bit of a fake out maybe, and then we came back down and broke it again. So, yet to be seen what will happen with that. But, that is one bullish indicator on the weekly, and the weekly time frame is a very good time frame to look at for larger macro trends. Let's take that one off. Let's take a look at our RSI. So the RSI looks like it's bounced a little bit, and not only has it bounced a little bit, but we had this little downtrend here. Let me move this over. And we have broken from that downtrend on the RSI. So this could be a breakout. A breakout on the RSI could be an indicator of a larger breakout with price. And if you look at our stochastics, the stochastic is pointed up currently from the bottom too. So if this is a breakout, we have a lot of room to go here. You can see when we finally came up here and we went all the way here, we went from this price to that price. So possible bullishness happening here. And oh yeah, while I'm thinking about it, let's pull up the hash ribbons, because I haven't talked about that in a video yet. Let's and anyone can see this. You don't have to pay for it. Just put in hash ribbons. All right, so if you look at the hash ribbons here, we had this red sell signal, but then we put in a buy signal, and when we had the buy signal here, you can see that marked the bottom. So is this marking this bottom? Potentially. This buy here marked that bottom, and we had the run up, and this marked the bottom. Let's see, this marked the bottom there as well. So I mean, it looks pretty good. Let's see, we can go back further. We had a run up from there. So this could be it, guys. This could be the reversal. On the weekly, I see it, you have the SAR, which was a broke bullish. You have this buy signal on the hash ribbons. Stochastics are pointing up. We broke this downtrend on the RSI. A lot of good things there. And on top of that, going back to the EMA, we used 100 EMA as support. See, it was support here in 2018. It was acting as support here, and we have broken up. So, the weekly isn't looking too bad right now. The volume is still falling off here, so it's still kind of a sign of consolidation. We haven't had a major breakout yet, but I imagine if we do break out of this falling wedge pattern, you can see a little clearer here. If we do break out of this, we probably will see a lot of volume come in. So, right now still a consolidation, but this could be just like a huge bull flag. And once it does break, you'll have that volume. We'll confirm that. We're sitting at 81.13 is the price currently. All right, going down to, let's just do the 3-day real quick too. So the 3-day is breaking above this trend line, breaking above our horizontal, looking good. I said 8,600 because if you want to draw a new trend line, and this is the problem with the trend lines, you can just keep moving them. But the right thing to do would be to take a look at this as a potential trend. You have touch, and I extended it. So if you went straight up from here, you'd hit 85, 88, 8,600. So based on the falling channel, if this is the real falling channel and that was just, I don't know, a fake one, then your next target would be 8,600, and you would look to break above that to confirm. I'm sorry, we keep moving it, and it's like, it just seems like, okay, well, which level is the level to confirm a bull rally? And it's hard to say. And there is a lot of resistance to break through, but so far this is looking good. I like what I see. And let's check out some other indicators real quick. Our stochastics is still coasting up, still has room to go. RSI still has room to go. That looks nice on the 3-day. 3-day right now is being held down by this 50 EMA at 8109. We're actually just right above it. If we can close this 3-day, when are we going to get the next close? This is a brand new candle, so it won't happen till the 13th. But if we can close this candle above all moving averages on the 3-day, that would be bullish as well. Let's see, what else do we have? The Bollinger Bands. So we're already in our bullish territory. We're hitting resistance here, but maybe we can start pushing up this way. All right, that's that. Let's go to the 1-day. On the 1-day, I was saying bullish engulfing here. Looks nice. Let's look at our moving averages. All right, so in the first video, I was talking about closing above this 200 EMA, and trading above it would signal a potential bull market, especially on the daily. Being above the 200 EMA is pretty critical. As long as we're below the 200 EMA on the daily, I still have to keep some type of bearish bias. But once we start trading above it, the bias can, start to change. And, when you come out of a bottom, it's hard to tell at first. It's going to be tricky because the trend is your friend. And, if you were bearish the past 6 months and you were shorting the bounces, you would have done pretty well. And, going in here, there was no reason to think that a reversal was in until it was actually proven. So, the trend is your friend until it's not. And when it's not, you might take a loss. And that's just part of the game. But the key thing to do is, when the trend does change, identifying that change, switching your bias so that you're not stubbornly trying to short this thing all the way up here. All right? Because I know people were doing that down here. People were shorting here. And because they're like, oh, it's going to 3K, it's going to 2K, they were shorting, it came up, they might have even added to their short. They're up here, they're like, oh, there's no way it's going to break this line here, and they added to their short, came down, they didn't close because they're still underwater from here, and then it kept going, and then we just blasted off, and everyone that was a stubborn bear, they they either got liquidated, they lost a lot of money. It depends on your trading style. Anyways, so back to this, getting back above the 200 EMA on the daily will be nice. We can see that we came down and we bounced off of the 377 here. Well, actually we came below it and then we rose back above it, and currently we're trying to get back above the 200 daily EMA. You could look at the next target possibly all the way up here. If you're super bullish, you want to get back above the 200 simple moving average, which is coming in at 91.74. Getting back above the 200 simple would also be very bullish for Bitcoin. and getting back above here would also mean possibly getting above here, which would be, you know, a new higher high on the daily. Because yes, we do have, you know, technically a higher high than here, but this still is, you know, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And if we came down, this would just be another lower high. So you want to get back above here to confirm that. But like I said, everyone's going to have their different levels of what is a confirmation for them and what's a confirmation for somebody else. That's up for you to decide. All right, let's see what else we have. The Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands are hitting resistance here currently. What else? Stochastics. The stochastic, okay, yesterday it looked like it wanted to curl down, and I said, okay, but if the price moves up, that this wasn't confirmed, and that this little guy will poke its head back up, and price did move up, and it's poked his head back up, and we still have room to go. Of course, if we dump by end of today, this line will come back again, and you'll get your cross at that point. RSI looks good. It's not overbought. Okay, 12 hour. Oh, okay, so while I'm thinking about this real quick, because I forgot to do it yesterday, I want to throw on a Fibonacci, and I was drawing my levels from here to there, and so I was talking about 76.58, and you know, I said that was where like there was different moving averages. The Ichimoku had a support line there. There was a lot of stuff lining up with that, and I wanted to show you yesterday also the Fibonacci was lining up here, and I didn't draw this perfect. It's just crazy though that our 0.5 Fibonacci retracement is 76.58 again, and we came down and we actually hit 76.67, close enough. So we hit that target. The CME gap was around here. My 0.5 fib retracement was here. We had different moving averages down here. If I show you the moving averages, you can see the yellow 21 EMA is now coming up, which is also bullish. I said in a tweet yesterday, I said if we closed beneath the 10 simple, we were likely to come down to yellow 21 EMA, and we did do that, but we bounced, which is bullish. So we bounced, and right now this 12-hour candle will close at the end of the daily close, and right now we are back above the 200 EMA on the 12-hour. We're above the 200 simple on the 12-hour, and we're meeting resistance at the 377, 81.46 on the 12-hour. Our Stoch is still coming down, but it's not coming down very aggressively. You can see here it was coming down this whole way, and then it ended up coming back up, you know, so it wasn't like a sharp drop, and you know, it came down, and maybe that was the move. We had a cross down, came down, but if this guy continues up, this will just curl that way. All right, and RSI is looking decent. It's not overbought either. So this, you know, it has room to go. The volume on this candle looks nice. It was falling, and now we got a larger volume candle here. So looks pretty good to me. Going over to the 4-hour, let's see what we got. So on the 4-hour, we are back above all moving averages. We bounced off of our 377. We bounced off of the 50 EMA. And we're back above all. So we broke out, and then we came back to retest the yellow 21 EMA, and we bounced from that. So that was a pretty bullish bounce for us, you know, breakout, retest, bounce. And currently we are kind of in an indecision period here. We'll see how this 4-hour closes by end of day. Let's see, the Stokes, we had a nice cross up when we bounced here. We crossed up, so we'll just continue this way with the price action. It's a possibility. Also, something that I had noticed on the RSI, we had this trend line here we could draw. Oh, let me delete this one. We had a trend line here, And I was thinking if we were going to drop and we were going to drop, we might come down to meet a trend line here, but we bounced here. We bounced off the neutral zone, and we're trying to fight back into the bullish. So not looking bad. All right. Take off my drawing tools. Let's take a look at the Bollinger Bands real quick. Bollinger Bands. Now this looks good too if you're bullish. We closed above it, tried to drop below the middle band, and we closed back above it again. So we had a close above and then an open and then close back above it again. And right now we're using it as support. And hopefully for the bulls this maintains support, and then you can make your way back up here. The top of the Bollinger Band is 8378, 8400-ish. Could we get a double top here? That is a possibility. We'll see when the time comes. All right. Anything else coming to mind right now? So if you're looking at the Fibonacci, right, we bounced off the 0.5. We got back above the 0.382. Right now we're being held down by the 0.236. If we can get back above this 236, that would be bullish, and we would look to attempt back up here and possibly the top trend line up there. All right. What's Bitcoin doing? Looks like it's dumping right now. And then it bounced right back. Going to be some volatility leading into the CME close today, the daily close. Typically over the weekend, the volume drops off tremendously. Let's see, if you look at the volume right now, you have 1.2 billion. Over the weekend, you can see this come down to like 100 million. So, the volume's been pretty decent this week, but the weekend you will usually see a drop off in volume, and when that happens, it's easy for the whales to move the market. There's not a lot of people trading. The liquidity is low, so if someone wants to dump, it's kind of easy for them. If they want it to pump, it's easier. Also, something we see on the weekends a lot is retail's kind of pushing the price because the big players, institutions, they're closed over the weekend or they're not trading, and you have just retailer people trading on the weekend, and the retail people are usually bullish. Doesn't mean it has to happen like that every weekend. That's just what we have seen recently. All right, guys. So right now, things are looking back good again, I would say, for the bulls. Doomsday has not arrived. Right now, we potentially do have we have a low, higher low, another higher low potentially here, or we have a high, a lower high, and then on this move a lower high. If this comes down this way, let's see, I got this drawing tool. I saw somebody else using it the other day, and I like how it had the arrow on it. All right, yeah, so if we come back down this way, that will be a lower high on this short little trend. Higher lows, lower highs can also be subjective. It depends what time frame you're looking at. If you're zoomed in close, this could be a lower high, but if you're zooming out, you could end up getting your higher low here and then bouncing back up for a higher high here. All right, but like I said, yesterday, my main concern was that we were trading beneath this horizontal support, this downward trend line support, but today we're back above it. We had a nice breakout, came back and bounced off support, so that looks pretty nice. Let me just zoom in real quick to see what's happening here. So you can see kind of have a little possible horizontal trend line right here. If we can get back above here, closing candles, we could have a nice little pop, I think. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Trade safe out there. This is not financial advice. I'm just trying to show you levels to trade from. Be safe trading. It is the weekend, so I already put in a little long. I have my stop set up. I'm not trying to open any new trades over the weekend because there is a lot of manipulation. However, I am in a little bit of profit already in the long, so I might just move my stop to break even. But like I said, the weekend you do have retail usually pushing up, so we could see that. If I end up getting stopped out, I'm not going to open another trade most likely until Sunday when the CME opens back up, and see it then. All right, thank you guys.